Good morning, traders. Venderman here with FuturestraderElite. Hope everybody's been having a good morning so far. Give me just a second, we'll hop into the charts. Don't forget to smash that like button on the stream before we get started. Help push it out there further. All right, hop into these charts here and see what we got going on. So you can see here in pre-market, we've got about I think about 12 or 13 minutes left here before the market opens. But you can see they're gradually trying to work their way up to the to fill the gap, the overnight gap. Finally, I don't know if they're going to be able to do this before the market opens or not, but say that they do. Grind this up a little more over the next 10 minutes or so, and they get close to this 4-hour up here. I'm going to be thinking that I might take a short play out of there at the open. Maybe we just need to see how strong they open it. Something's still going on in the Middle East. You know, we thought we was at some kind of deal on Friday. Markets hit all-time highs over the weekend. Something happened. So I'm going to kind of tread with water in case some kind of news drops today of whatever's going on in the Middle East, because it could mess with the way the market reacts. So just be cautious of that. So of course you see we got our pre-market high up here around 803 or whatever, just hit overnight high right down here in this 4-hour zone at 731. Got our golden pivot at 722. Golden pivots inside this 4-hour zone right here at 722. And then we got us a bullish trend line here just under that, and the 50 EMA on the 5-minute chart is right here inside this trend line. So say they drive this up a little more, say they try to pull it back at the open, we can be thinking this 4-hour zone has the golden pivot in it plus the 50 EMA off 5-minute chart plus trend line. That's a lot of confluence right there. On down, you know, we got the pre-market low down here. That's why I hate using my cursor. I can't see what that price is. Around 680 at the pre-market low. You got the 50 EMA on the 30-minute chart just below the pre-market low, and then another trend line, bullish trend line. So we got several things, a confluence stacked through this area if they want to pull it back. Previous day low looks like it's 630, and another 4-hour zone down here. You know, the chart's looking good. Of course, we're still bullish bias, because even though they gap down, they're trying to fill that gap. You know, they could have drove the market down overnight. It gapped down, you know, they could have drove it down, and they didn't. So, you know, they didn't give much back. Once it dropped, they just steadily grinded up some, and then they went into a chop zone overnight. And now here in pre-market, they're trying to gradually go up some more, you know. Traded overnight and caught some of this move here myself, and then you can see they just kept it right in here. So we'll see. We're just here to react to what they're going to do. We don't predict, but we need to be aware of the situations on the chart and about any news that might drop. Let me know if you guys are looking for longs or shorts at the open. Don't forget to smash the like button. on the stream. If you're enjoying the stream, help push it out there. We still got about 9 minutes, it looks like. Hopefully we can lock in some green today. Reckon that's the goal every day, huh? Hope everybody had a great weekend. They keep gradually inching this up here a little bit. I like how this 50 EMA on the 5 minutes coming up into this 4-hour zone close to that golden pivot. Could be a buying opportunity at the open of the market, maybe. Morning remod. So remember, because there are things going on in the economy. Hey, morning, Rich. As we are traders, we cannot control the market conditions. But what we can do is control our discipline, our patience, our risk, our rules, our psychology, and our consistency. We can control all that, regardless of what's going on in the market conditions. I guess I should be on a higher time frame real quick, seeing if I can hunt down some maybe some imbalance we might need to look at. If anything lines up for a pullback. Looks like we have maybe something like that, maybe on the 30-minute. That is, as long as the 30-minute candle closes in about 5 minutes. If it does close up where price is at now, that'll be in balance on the chart. Have a look at the. Let me have a look at the 15. Looks like they've done a pretty good job picking up the imbalance on the 15 on the drive up. There might be some from last week, but just going from this drop, overnight drop, it don't look like they've left any. To the 5. They've done a really good job eating up the imbalance on the chart after that drop overnight coming in the open this morning. Ain't much. until I got to the 30-minute, and we got this one here. Just so you guys know, the link, there's a link to join Discord for anybody new that might want to join Discord that's not already a member, and a link to a reboot in case we need to reboot the stream. Just scroll to the front of the chat and the link will be up there. Got about 3 minutes left, everyone. Maybe do some breathing exercises or anything if you're feeling like your heart's beating real fast or anything, or feel like you're getting excited because the bell's about to ring. You need to calm yourself down a little bit. Hey, what's going on, Rich? I built that over the weekend because I was tired of flipping through TradingView during the live stream, trying to locate where they are. So I built it. We're going to test it. I used it overnight last night in the evening session. Locked in over $700 across 7 accounts, trading small. But I like the way it worked last night. I want to see how it does today with other confluences we have, you know, like the pre-market low, overnight high, the orb lines that I built a week or two ago, and then plus our 4-hour zones, and just extra confluence. You know, they're like magnets. Morning, Merlin. Trying to make the workflow a little easier for myself on the stream because I was all over the place last week between TradingView and NinjaTrader, and since I'm executing here, trying to smooth that out for myself. And you know, if the confluences don't seem to work that great, then I'll end up taking them off. But because I like to keep my chart as clean as possible, but if something's going to add confluence to my decision making, then I'll put it on there. See, we got about 45 seconds before the market opens, and we got this 50 EMA on the 5-minute right here is tagging this trend line, the golden pivot, the 4-hour zone, and we got imbalance right here on the 30-minute. There's a lot going on right here in this little job. Or I mean this little spot, not this job. And we're extended on the kill zone on the 1 minute and pretty close on the 2 and the 5. We got about 13 seconds left here. I'm walking on the treadmill, getting my blood flowing, which is helping me keep my heart rate down. See if they try to shoot up, fill that gap, and then see how they react. Ding, 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 ding. Hey, thanks, Rich. Don't forget to smash that like button on the stream, everyone. Don't push it out there further. We're trying to close in on 700 subs on YouTube. Over the weekend, I think I went from 672 to 683. Trying to make the push. Keep in mind as well that oil prices per barrel are down about 85. They gapped up overnight. We got down in NQ. And now oil prices are dropping a little bit as the market opens. So we'll see here. All right, let's see if we get a pullback here. Or if this is going to be a buy the dip kind of day like last week. If they even give it to us. You know, last week we was having a hard time with them just giving us very much of anything. Coming down, doing a sweep of the 1 minute. You know, I'm gonna front load some 2 orders down here, 2 micros. Go in small if they try to get down here and tag it. The idea is if they want to keep a bullish trend going and be a buy the dip day, find a good entry and see if they're going to grind it up, and I will add to my position long on pullbacks. But I need to find a good entry first. They have plenty of room to expand to the downside, so it's questionable why they're not, they could possibly break through this zone here in this trend line. The 1 minute will be getting pretty close to extended down or exhausted. The 2 and the 5 though, they got some room to go here. Excuse me. And it don't have to go down there, you know. Be decent because they could come down here and sweep this imbalance on the 30-minute chart and then tag, you know, the bottom of the 4-hour zone, golden pivot in the 50 EMA on the 5-minute. I like that. Yeah, I like that. I don't know if I'll get it though. I don't want to be chasing price up here in this mess. ATR is around 25. The key to success is going to be patience and plan your trade and trade your plan. I want price to come to me, and if I see that it don't really want to come to me and it's going to be something else, then I'll have to reconfigure a different trade plan and maybe hold off on something like this till later in the morning when we might get a decent pullback. So right now our opening range is 747 to about 826, about 70 something, 80 points. I'm gonna take this order off for now so I don't forget. Go look up top a little bit here. This is the gap fill up here, the 842 line inside this 4-hour zone. So, and then previous day highs in this 4-hour box up here, 883. Chattahoochee Chief, is Ninja Trader having issues? As far as I know, they're not. I hadn't had any this morning yet. Hopefully I don't. What kind of issues you having, Chief? You're trying to import some stuff and it just logs you out. Are you, if you have OneDrive on your computer, you probably need to disable it. That's usually one of the number one causes with NinjaTrader problems is OneDrive on a computer. Because of OneDrive, I had to rebuild my NinjaTrader. I want to say this is the third time I had to rebuild all my stuff. And the second time I had a problem with OneDrive, I wasn't even able to get most of my stuff back, so I had to start over. I had templates and all kinds of workspace stuff saved, and somehow it just got it all. And that was only because my computer did an update and decided to turn OneDrive back on. And so when next day when I started NinjaTrader, it ate it up alive. I was like, what in the world? I hope that helps, Chief. Most all my problems have been with OneDrive when it comes to NinjaTrader. And I moved my NinjaTrader, excuse me, from OneDrive to the C disk on the computer, and then I disabled OneDrive on my computer. It can be nightmarish, trust me. I understand if you do have OneDrive, it can be an issue. All right, so what do we got? We got a little bit of rejection up here. Looks like what are they going to do? Put us inside some kind of chop for a little while here. I think if that's going to be the case, then I'm going to wait for them to, let's say, come test this area. Look at our 50 EMA on the 5 minutes down here, coming up into this imbalance on the 30-minute chart, 4-hour zone trend line. Still liking this area down here. They got a lot of room on the 5-minute chart to expand to the downside, so might be careful, maybe front loading here, maybe. Or at least if you do front load, maybe size down. Just to be on the safe side, you know. Easier risk management. Oh, look at that. Ooh-wee. Makes me want to front load down here a little bit. I think I'm going to size down to 1. And then see if they come down here and smack it, suck it back up. You know, because I'm telling you, if they want to take this in, at least for the first half of the morning and be a drive it up day, you know, buy the dip day on the bullish bias, then I will maybe try, like I said, find a good entry and then add to the position. Start small and add if it's going your way, add to the winner. Oh, morning, Jake. Yeah, Jake had some issues with OneDrive. I know a lot of people. Had a lot of people reach out to me with some NinjaTrader stuff, and it's always been OneDrive for everybody. And I only know because it crashed my system twice, and it crashed it bad. Only bad because I had so many things saved, you know. And then I thought, well, I'll build some templates and have some backups this and some backups that, and well, the second time it crashed, I had all that once I would put it back together, and it happened one more time or something like that, and all my stuff disappeared. That's why a lot of my charts don't have some of the original stuff that a lot of people had probably seen that been around a while. My zone boxes and stuff were all drawn on. Had a bunch of zone boxes. I think drawn on from like 18,000 area. And I wasn't going back and redrawing all of them. Wow, so they got down here pretty good. Looks like they might leave me at the train station. You know, it won't be the first time. So I'm not going to chase price, though, out of this box just yet. You know, I need to see how this is. They come to the 50, reject. Are they going to come all the way back up in this range, you know? But because they come down so far into this imbalance here, I'm going to take my order off for now because I got really close to it, and I'm not 100% sure that I would still trust it here because I got enough room on the 5-minute chart to do some kind of sweep down into here somewhere if they wanted to come through here. So I'm going to sit on my hands for right now. I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to be a good trader right now. I'm going to sit on my hands. I don't really care if all I take is one trade today. I just want it to be a good A+ plan, you know, one good trade. That's really all it takes. And it depends on if you're rotating accounts or if you're copy trading. I've been doing a little bit more copy trading than I was because I'd quit using the copy trader. But now that I've slowed a lot of things down and taken less and less trades and trying to hold out and wait for them A+ setups, it's easier to copy trade when you're pretty much just waiting for price to come to you. I was using it and I was scalping. Ain't no telling how many trades I was taking today. Quite some months ago, whenever it was, and it burned me a couple times, so I quit using it. Works better if you slow it down and take one trade a day or two trades and make sure they're A+, or at least A+ and maybe a B+ or something. Just depends on the trader, on your risk style. I like how they leaving these wicks to the downside here. I mean, it looks like they're wanting to push it, but I gotta wait. You know, we almost got the 15-minute candle in, and then our orb lines will lock in. I'm gonna take this imbalance off here. I can't really see. Oh, that wick touched up. Looks like where that orb line is there. Wasn't much left in the imbalance, so we'll leave it alone for now. Let me go have a look here at the 5-minute chart real quick. Not any imbalance there. We got some on the 1 minute up here on this drop here, but they could just be whipping this back and forth in the range here. Draw it on here anyway. It's somewhere like right in there. Good morning, Melinda. So really, to me, the 5-minute, 15, 30-minute chart, and 1 hour all look kind of bad to me, really. At the start of the day, so I have to see if they try to smooth that out and make it look a little more bullish. Got to remember they have plenty of room here to the downside on the 5-minute. Of course, you see the 1 minute's down here, but they can cook it sideways and let it burn down here while the 5-minute drains off. So what I'd be interested in seeing is if they do drop this here, I am going to be looking for. I will probably be looking for this area around this 15-minute 50 EMA down here if they come down. Maybe they sweep or something. But they're going to have to make a decision here. They're chopping here on a down move. So we'll see how that plays out. Morning, Room Beats. Room Beats says they're long. welcome anybody on the stream who's new here, who might be just being quiet in the chat, in case there is. There's a link to the Discord at the beginning of the chat if there's anybody that hadn't joined Discord and would like to. And the reboot link that we will use if we lose the stream this morning sometime. The link to the reboot is in the chat at the very beginning. Nothing worse than having to lose stream midstream, but we always try to come back as strong as we dropped. So if they chop around right here and can't break to the upside, what we might see is a leg to the downside here for a bounce play back into that imbalance for another leg down if they're going to try to grind this down. All right, so the orb lines are locked in. The bottom of the orb is right here around 732. Top of the orb around 826 it looks like. So I'm about 100 points. That's pretty nice. Right now that 30-minute 50 EMA is sitting right below that pre-market low right there. I'll be eyeballing that if they were to decide they want to take us to the downside. Jake, was you able to finally get logged in with what you had going on? Okay, I got you. I remember when I first did, I had a problem because I skipped the whole download RTrader Pro thing, and so I had to start all back over. Like I had to act like I had just done it, just got the accounts again, and then there was a sequence there that I had to follow before it would work. And it started with RTrader Pro, and I didn't know that at the time. And once I had went back and started completely fresh and walked back through it, I was able to connect everything the way I needed to. Nice little sweep here, the golden pivot in this whole area. We'll see how they close this 1 minute candle here, or if they want to bring it on down some more. They got some room on the 5 minute to go down. I think if they could bring it down to the pre-market low, that 5 minute would be getting to be exhausted, but they don't have to bring it down there. They can always curl that kill zone at any given time. It's just being aware of the possibility on both sides. You know, if the 1 and 2 minute kill zones start amping up like they want to bounce, they can curl the 5 at the 50-yard line. That way, like the 1 and 2 can bounce, come back up. Let's say the 50 EMA, get in line with the 5 minute kill zone, and then they all drain off together. Excuse me, guys. Morning, Gore. If y'all out there liking the stream, don't forget to smash the like button on that stream, push it out there further on YouTube. Maybe here soon we can find us a good spot for if we're gonna get us a good long out of this pullback, maybe. it's, to me, it seems like they're kind of sitting idle with the market after hitting all-time highs, had the overnight gap down, come back and almost filled the gap there, didn't we? Let me look again. Not quite, but close. But, and oil's been sitting just teetering in the same area. Like they're just waiting to see what the final outcome is going to be in the Middle East is what it looks like. So, like they don't want to move it much, you know. I thought I was going to wake up today and NQ probably would have had already filled the gap and all that mess. And when I seen it was kind of consolidation zone sideways most of the night, I was like, well, not what I expected. Good to know, Jake. Good to know. I was hoping they'd close this green candle a little better than that. I was going to try to maybe take a long there. Like if that would have been a solid green candle, I probably would have went long. But now I'm not so sure. I think I'll still sit on my hands for a minute or 30 minutes or an hour, however long it takes to find a better play. You got to remember we hadn't filled the gap yet. So if we could get us a nicer pullback, you know, maybe a little further down and get a long entry, we could target them trying to fill that gap if it's going to be a bullish day. Well, come on, show us what you want to do. Hope everybody's staying safe. Is everybody sitting on the sidelines waiting for a trade, or Jake went long, second green candle? Good job, Jake. I was staring at it with the finger on the trigger, but I didn't pull it. I was thinking, and then I wanted to wait for that third candle and see what it looked like there above the 50, but Gore scalp some long out now. Good job, Gore. Merlin sitting. Good job, Merlin. Love the discipline. I'm going to sit here with you. Now, I'm actually walking. I'm going to walk here and like I'm sitting here. Nice little long there. Yeah, nice little long. They original plan out of this 4-hour zone down here with that EMA and that golden pivot would have been a nice entry down here. originally had my order sitting down there for them to tag and bounce. I didn't feel it as well though after they got really close back here. Room Beat said, been long. Good job, Room Beats. You know, I'd like to see them maybe break out the top of the orb. I don't want to. They're putting in the lower high again here. To feel better about taking some longs. You know, if they take out the orb high and fill the gap. I guess I really need to see what they're going to do with filling the gap, or if they're going to reject right here. You know, and that'd be a lower high. Good job, Melinda. Come on, let's go. Guess I can take this imbalance off here, huh? Might look a little better. Let's see here. That little drive there made the 15-minute, 30-minute, 1-hour time frames look a little better, depending on, you know, if they can bounce this right here. Yep. If they push it here, that'd be a drive up and a pullback to the 50 EMA. See if they can curl it, or they need to try to start putting in higher lows here. What a spike down. What to do? What to do? I appreciate that remod. What a wick. Are they gonna be able to follow through and push? About 30 minutes into the market open here and still find myself sitting on the sidelines. That's okay though. Still not seeing anything too great for myself to be in, risking anything in right now. But like I like to say, no trade is a position. One thing that is for sure is that the market does pay patience, not necessarily activity. So you don't always have to be in the market. You just have to wait for that right opportunity and not hesitate when it's time. ATR is down around 15. It's just not really giving us a definitive answer as of yet on which way it wants to go. We're still inside a 15-minute orb, so let it be what it is. I will I will patiently wait for better movement before I sit at this computer and start clicking buttons for 5 or 10 points. I want to try to find a good solid trade. Take one, maybe two, or take one and add into a winner. You know, they decide they want to grind it up, or even if it's short, you know, take short, add to it if it's a winner, and let it compound. We'll see. Morning, Kim. Last night in the evening session, that's what I did. I found a good entry. I cut that into, I hadn't went back and watched the video yet, but I'll cut that into a short. But it was a really long trade. I was in that trade for quite some time. Started out small, added in on some pullbacks, gave it a lot of time to breathe. I don't think I'd ever been in a trade that long before, but I'm going to have to go back and watch the video and see how long I was in it. I want to say I was in it for close to an hour and a half or better, maybe even 2, I don't know. It was really boring, but it was a pretty good learning session though, because one of my 14-year-olds was out here, and they was asking a lot of questions. He does a lot of sim trading himself. And then of course Special K was out here trading with me. I told her when I got done, I said we probably should just live stream tonight, just to see how trading live streaming the overnight session would be. Excuse me. Come back and test at the top of this area, or the orb low. The 5-minute 50 EMA is sitting there. So, is there anything else sitting there? Oh, the overnight high is sitting down there as well. Overnight high, orb lows, both right here, plus the 50. A lot of confluence there. Had I been paying attention, I might have tried that long there. But I missed it, so now I'm going to watch the price go on up, probably tap up here. You got to pay attention to these lower lows they're putting in, though. I mean, lower highs, I'm sorry. Pay attention to these lower highs that they got going on here, even though we are putting in some higher lows, this one anyway. And you can see they protected this zone back here. They swept it here, but protected. Tried to protect it here again. So we might be finding a base here. Yeah, Gore says trap if catch you the wrong way. I agree with that. I agree. Well, I'm going to patiently wait. No, maybe they're just going to keep it sideways here until we get into this head of this triangle here and see what they do. Who knows? It's about 10:11 market time, so maybe around 10:30ish, maybe. Or I'll be right back. I hear one of my dogs doing something. Hi. What are you doing? Get in here. Back. Hi. I'll be big. Having them animals is just like them Great Danes, just like having kids. You give them a little bit of room, give them an inch, they want to take a mile. Hi, back. Hi, girl. Come here. You want a treat? Come on, let's get some treats. Come on. Come on, Rip. Guess I should never put no bird seed in the bird feeders. Dogs out there tore up about them birds. Come back, another retest, the same area, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna be sitting on my hands for right now. We got about seen something. It looked like we had about 20 something people watching on the stream. Only 10 likes. You know, we run them likes up there. I'll give a copy of the FTE Trader Mindset book away if we can get it up to 20. Come on, let's find something here to trade. Oh. I missed where Jake said to the moon. It looks more like to the chop shop. I mean, if you're a good scalper and that's your style, you could probably be scalping this and making some decent licks there. I can see that on the chart, but I don't want to do that. I try to stay away from scalping as much as I can anymore, but you never know. Some days I do. But most days I don't. So I appreciate all the support and everybody showing up and showing out with me day after day, trying to lock in that green, keeping the community positive. Don't worry if we start getting a bunch of riprap in the chat, I'll be quick to delete it. And in Discord, I ain't got time for the games that they like to play. I think I said that wrong, not just delete. I'll be quick to ban somebody. Oh, Melinda must have a guilty conscience. She thinks it's funny. I like Melinda, I wasn't necessarily calling you out about scalping. I mean, I'm a good scalper, but I'm trying to stay away from it. I'm just saying that it can be done. Look at Jake. Jake finally decided to jump into the futures market. He having a few issues though getting the eval hooked up, but so he's trading the sim 2500 by 7 a.m. Good job, Jake. I'll just say I'm not really that surprised, Jake, myself, that you would already be there. You didn't full port it? Full port. Yeah, the real skill is in passing them and not trading too risky like that, you know, full porting and all that. Or, you know, these 50K accounts aren't really made to be trading ain't made to be trading minis, I don't think. You know, if you are going to trade minis, I'll trade minis every now and then in my 50Ks, but if you're real new to trading or futures or anything else, it would be better to have a huge eval account or whatever. You know, say you got a 150 to a 300 or however high, you know, to be trading minis. That way you got better drawdown, but you still got to have great risk management. Just because you get a bigger account size Don't mean you should be full porting, 15 contracts, 15 minis. You still got to have good risk control, but you can widen it because you got more drawdown. Anything less than a 150, I honestly think you're better off probably in the micro world as far as risk management. All right, what kind of move we got going on here? We're gonna have to see if we can find us a long position depending on what they're doing here. See how far they want to drop. All right, so you can see down here we got the pre-market lows down here at about around 680, where the 50 EMA is on the 30-minute chart. So good possibility. Plus we got another trend line there. So they do have enough room, it looks like, on the 5-minute to possibly get it here. It don't have to happen straight away. It could take a minute. And there might not be a long trade. I might be looking for nothing here, to be honest. I don't know what they're trying to do today. They can't make up their mind, so they might want to take it down and keep taking it down. We just have to be careful. Don't front load, and if you do it small. House says, I'm still trying to hook up with Ninja Trader. What kind of problems are you having, House? I don't remember discussing any problems with Ninja Trader with you in the past week, unless I forgot. But if you have OneDrive on your computer, look there first. If so, you need to unhook OneDrive, probably. Y'all down there. All right, that'll be good. Yeah, I think I might be willing to take a long down here. As soon as I say it, they put in a green candle. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. If they take this back up right here, they sure are protecting this area really well. Nice. Gore's got 5 funded 150s. I like it, Gore. Now, the better question is, do you trade minis in your 150s, or do you still trade micros? Or do you trade micros at all? I'm not 100% sure. Room beats is long. I have to say they're doing a pretty good job protecting this area right here so far. So yeah, I could understand why you feel that way, Room Beats. But the thing is it could be a trap on the bears. People thinking that they're going to try to take us down, they rip it. Because they're protecting too good over here. I mean, it ain't that hard to get through the zone if that's what they want to do. So might be all right there. Might be all right. Hey, you're doing better than me. I'm only winning because I have no position. All right, come on, let's go. Let's get a treat. Come on, man. Tired of hearing you bark out here. Nothing. Come on, Rip. Rip, come on. Come on, I'll get y'all a treat. Look at this. What are they doing now? Well, one or two things going to happen. If they put in another lower high up here on this trend line, they might be thinking about breaking this glass floor here. They keep on tapping on it. So they need to build some structure to the upside here if they're wanting to go long, prove to us that that's what they want. Otherwise, I mean, it's 1, 2, 3. They've been down this area several times. I don't know. We'll see. I think for the time being, I'm just going to keep calm and just keep talking, I guess. Keep looking at the charts, seeing if I can see anything that stands out. To me, it just still just all seems so indecisive. Like, are we going to be at a peace deal or are we not? You know, is kind of what the market's telling me. Well, let me cruise over to Discord in the P&L section. Cat has posted this morning over $1,400 again in one of these accounts. Congratulations to Cat. I like to see it. Looks pretty good. Water. Water. All right. Am I going to try to make a move here and bust to this trend line or what? Yeah, we'll uh While I try to be patient, I don't 100% constantly watch the chart as it's moving. I'll be looking at trading view charts and different time frames and doing a couple other things here. Sometimes it catches me off guard. I'm always trying to answer messages and stuff. So sometimes something will happen on chart and I won't be looking at the chart at the moment that it happens. So is this going to be a chance to get long here again, or is it going to break through the glass floor? Because it's got cracks in it as many times as it's been touched. Instead of coiling, like coil springing sideways, them they're closing that range in, so they might break to one side or the other here as we get to the point of this triangle. What they have been able to do, though, they keep coming down here to this level, and meanwhile, while they've been doing this ugly chart here, they have about drained the 5-minute momentum indicator to the oversold area. They're getting real close. What would have made this nicer to me is if they would have sucked this 15-minute 50 EMA up here. Although, maybe they spike down and tag that and then take off. I'm going to watch that for that because that might be a long entry off of that. Wow. I didn't take the long, but should have. I barely got that out of my mouth in time that they might come down there and tag that and suck this up like that for the long, but they may come back and give it back. We'll see. There's still room to move to the downside. Res, what do you mean down to 26,960? We're at 720 right now. You mean up to 26,960? Are you saying down to 690? Just trying to figure out what level exactly you're looking at there. 660. 660. Let's go have a look. 660 is right here. All right. I think if they can push this here to say the 30-minute 50 EMA with the pre-market low and trend line here, this whole little area right here, I might be enticed to try to take a long out of there maybe. If they can get it there first off, and then see how it reacts there. Let's go. Hope somebody's locking in some green today. I hope. And if you're just sitting on the sidelines, that's the same thing. Still a winning trade. So no trade is a position. Nice job, Merlin. Merlin got him a base hit for some green. Morning, Harris. Good to see you. Glad you made it. Don't forget to smash that like button on the stream. Help push out there further if you are enjoying the stream. And if for some reason we drop the stream, the reboot link is at the very beginning of the chat. If you're new and not a member in Discord and would like to join, there's also a link to that at the beginning of the chat. See if they just test. They might come back and test a 50, maybe even sweep it again like they've been doing. Possibility they get back to that trend line. ATR is around 15 still. And just like our price action ain't much of nothing, and we're just sitting, it feels like, in waiting for a decision. Oil is sitting there waiting for a decision. It looks like their price ain't moving much. Sometimes that's how it goes. Maybe they give us a little push here down to the pre-market low. What is it gonna do? Change mine back down to 1. The fact they keep putting them lower highs in tells me that they hadn't found the bottom they want yet. So I size back down to 1 in case this ain't a level that they want. They might want to take it lower than this. I hope not. But you can see the previous day lows down there at 630. The way the way they was hanging that candle up there kind of made me think that they was gonna throw a deep red candle in right here. So I'm gonna take that out in case they do something crazy right here. So then I'll have to see what the reaction to this level is, and then maybe take it long if they try to turn it and bounce it out of that area. Maybe they're not even going to give the level. At least not yet. Just want to find a good entry for a decent long, but maybe they don't want to go take it long today. I should have been looking for a good entry for a short. Either way, if I stay out, I'm safe for now. So. ATR is down to 10 or 11. We're getting pretty oversold now down here though at this level on the lower time frames. Like maybe it could bounce out of that area. That come down, it was pretty close to the 50 EMA. Really close. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it much at all. What do you guys think about the price action? Don't seem ideal. Although they could build a base here for a long play. Know how much you could get out of the long, but might be something worth something here maybe. Patience pays. You just got to find one good setup. Looking pretty good on the 1, 2, and 5 minute right now. The only problem with that is though is what if I try to take the long right up here, it breaks, you know, above the golden pivot or something, and then it just sweeps the 50. I guess a trend line rejects. I mean, what could I be looking at there? 726, 30 points maybe or better if it could get it. I don't know if I would want that trade or not. Morning special K. Harris said no clarity yet. Yeah. They're pretty good about that, seems like. Hmm. Oh yeah. What we got going on here? Something going on news. Oil just went up. Wow. Beautiful suck up out of that 4-hour zone there. I don't know what's going on. Something's in the news though, because oil jumped and then we dropped here. So this could be follow through to the downside. I would be careful. Oh man. That there would have been a beautiful trade, but I wasn't part of my trade plan. Yeah, I'm trying to keep a close eye on the oil price. Because if it tries to start climbing, then I don't think NQ will be going up. That kind of tells me something happened in the news. But it's kind of sitting steady. It went up, but it's not spiking anymore, so I don't know. Let's take that zone off my chart. What do we got there? That was 694 to not too far off from a 100-point candle. Not too far. Yeah. Well, didn't I just say like not very long ago where I took my order off of this area because to me it looked like they was messing around and throwing a hard red candle right there in that area. So I took it out of the I wasn't wanted to go long here, but something didn't look right. I don't remember which candle it was I was watching, but it looked like they wanted to smack this down hard like that. That was the only reason I moved my order. I'm glad I did. Wow, just can't believe it. Oil's going up a little bit. Pretty sure it jumped like a couple dollars when all that just happened. And it's trying, looks like, let me pull the chart up for it. I'll take a look at it real quick. Yeah, so oil was down around $85 and something, and it hopped up to hopped up over $2 when we went down just now. And so it really depends. I don't foresee these going up together. They've been doing about the opposite, of course. So they keep grinding all up, then I'm gonna have to believe that NQ is gonna go down. Now we get down here, you see we got our 60-minute 50 EMA down there at 584, but that's all that's down there by itself, floating around, other than the R or the S1 pivot, but it's way on down there, another 20 points or so from that EMA. We're gonna look at the 1 hour chart. Remember now, they didn't even fill the overnight gap today when they opened either. They got closed, but they didn't fill it. So let me see here. Wow. I got some imbalance down here on the 1 hour chart, and we'll see what they do up here. See what level's going to catch, because the harder they drive this down. Look at this. We got the overnight low right here, sitting inside this 4 hour box. 535, pretty much. So right now they could be sweeping the previous day low here. Not that they can't save it back up here, but we have to be aware of what's down here. What if they were to drive this down some more and they sweep this overnight low and tag down to this imbalance? You know, they grind this on down a little bit, then get another fast candle in this zone. Yeah, I would be long down here if that's the way it got there. But if it just slow grinded down here and got real close, it wouldn't be that appetizing to me. But that's just me, you know, regular trader, looking at the chart, sitting on my hands, respecting what I'm seeing. Trying to be good. Yeah, I appreciate that, Marlon. I thought I said something when I'd seen it, and why I did it, I couldn't remember. Now I can tell you, oil's still holding steady where it's at. It ain't going up. No more than it spiked anyway. Which is odd, considering we're still trying to go down here. So I tell you what, I'm just glad that I have JOMO. All right, we got Kat posting in the P&L again. She got almost 1,200 and another one locked in. Great job, Kat. Oops, wrong one. If she's still on here, she was on earlier. Harris said They're waiting. We're all a bunch of waiters, I think, except for Kim there. Kim's locking in the green. Gore's waiting. Yeah, I keep doing all this waiting. I might go wait some tables and make me some tip money. It says the ATR is around 18, and it could be, but joy of missing out. JOMO. We could just go back and look at the beginning of this chart and reminisce on some things we could have done here. Oh man, I should have went short up here. Look at this price. Look at all that I could have made. Whoa. Amazing. Although that was first red candle close on exhaustion on the kill zone on 1 minute. So I mean, it could have happened if somebody could have held that long. The idea would have been to take the first red candle, close, entry, and if you went in small and you drew you a trend line on there after you entered, you could have drew this trend line. You could have went in small. You could have added on these pullbacks. As long as it's standard trend line, you can add to your position before you know it, you have 2 or 3. And wrote it down. Good job. Merlin's green in 4 counts, red 1, but a lot of waiting. I know. I was trying to do it to be funny, Harris. It's always easy to go back and look at after it's played out, for sure. How about I go look at where we're actually at price action wise and pay attention to what we're doing. All right, Melinda, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on the next one. If anything, we are getting screen time and experience watching what the market does, because you have to be able to adapt to the change in the market. You're not always going to be trading bull trends. You're not always going to be trading bear trend. Your best trading setup or strategy in the bull trend will more than likely not be the same one you will have in a bear trend. So anytime it's slow like this, gives us great opportunity to realize and reflect on how to become better traders. Not only are we patient and disciplined, but we also have to know how to adapt. You're only going to get out of the market what the market's willing to give you, and the market will humble you faster than anything else. So you can't be greedy. You have to lock in your green and walk away, and not revenge trade, because that is one of the number 1 account killers, is revenge trading. So, just look for the A setups only. Everything else is kind of noise. That's kind of what's been going on for me today since we've been on stream. I see a bunch of noise on my chart. It's not really anything that I want to take. I could have made plenty of trades today, but they weren't trades that I really wanted, so I didn't take them. Now, I don't want people to be on here and learn. If you want to chase price, you can go learn that anywhere. You can go watch anything else you want to watch, live stream or whatever. There's plenty of ways you can go out there and watch how people chase price. We don't do that here. We let price come to us. Plan your trade and trade your plan. Because I can tell you, when it's all said and done at the end of the day, whether or not I take any trades or not, missing trades cost you nothing. but forcing trades does. Remember that. All right, I'm done with my little rant, I think. Sometimes I have a moment, I think. All right, look at this. Come on down, touch the 1 hour 50 EMA. What are you going to do down there? You going to bounce? Yeah, yeah. You're welcome. What do we got going on here? Thanks, Kim. This is, everything just looks so horrible chart-wise. I mean, kind of getting a little frustrating to me, but I'm going to keep searching because sooner or later, they're going to slip up and they're going to give us something. Not necessarily, though, but I think they will. Might not be today, though. So if it ain't, it ain't. That's fine, too. If I don't trade, I'll live another day to come back and trade tomorrow, you know? Forcing them trades is exactly how you don't show up tomorrow, because you end up blowing your account. Not every day is the same. Trading's hard. It's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. Let me see, I might have some news here. No, it's not news we're talking about. We'll go back and look at oil again. So oil spiked up to 87, 84 when that crazy candle happened, and they still hadn't reached the they hadn't been able to fill that wick on it. It's at 87.36 or 5 too, topping around there. It's not a lot of movement going on in oil right there. So we're dropping way harder than oil's going up. So this don't make a whole lot of sense. But like I said, now there's some imbalance on the 1 hour chart right here. It ain't a lot, but it's something, especially since it's on a higher time frame. If they keep on with this naughtiness they're doing here, pushing us down like this, they're going to bounce somewhere. There's going to be some kind of relief leg. We do know that. It's not just going to keep going down all day. So, at least not in a straight line like this. Well, they got to give us a relief leg. Could it be at the S1 pivot? I need more confluence stacking up. You know, we got the 50 EMA right here that it just went under on the 1 hour, which is not good. So, question for me is if they go under that and they break through the S1, we got the overnight lows, our next best chance that maybe they find some liquidity down there. You know, so the overnight low is at around 634. I mean, maybe. Depends on how hard they wanted to sweep it. That would be crazy if they could sweep that hard down to this imbalance area. Because we're so oversold on the low time frame. Oh, Gore, I'm with you. I don't know. I'm trying to be aware of the possibilities on what the structure is telling me. The market structure. So the fact that we're already in the 500s tells me that it's still a possibility for myself, I would think, because I actually didn't have anything in my mind today that we was going to be, you know, closer to the all-time highs, and now we're way down here already. So you got to remember, anything is possible in Q, especially. As soon as we think we might know what's going on, it tells us a completely different story all the time. That's why you got to have somewhat of a bias both ways. You can't just have one to the downside and not one to the upside. You got to be able to follow both ends of that market. That way you can be long or short and know where some high probability things might happen. I tell you why I think they could push to 26.5 ain't necessarily because there's imbalance on the chart. It's because they might want to sweep the overnight low for liquidity, which could push it that far. You know, if there's a bunch of stops down here and they clean house on it, it could wick down there real fast and tap 500 because that is a psychological whole number. You know, your hundreds and your 50s are all psychological numbers, more so the whole number. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, you know, or 25K, 26K, all that psychological nonsense, but it is a real thing. So looks like they found the bounce right down here though, sweeping the old 1 hour 50 EMA. Look at that. Maybe if I was a little less chatty and a lot more trady, I might have caught that. It's a beautiful turnaround right here. See what they do with that. You know, they break I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this long. They close above previous day low, and I think I'm going long. I'll go in small to start with. But they're going to have to close above it good, not like 1 tick or 2 ticks or, you know, whatever. I want to see a good strong close above previous day low, and I will really think about taking this long. You know, give us another 5 points or 10. Let's say 635 to 640 maybe. I don't want to be preemptive and buy now. I actually need to see this close above a decent close above 635, 640. We got 5 seconds. Can it do it? I don't know. This looks like it's going to close on it. So now what could be at play here though is a pullback off previous day low. Say they protect the protect 600 right here. This still could be a long play. But they need to protect it. If they protect 600. All right, so let's do this real quick. Let me get us a chop box ready because I might be throwing in some chop here for a minute. Let's say they need to protect this low, this box, and see how this plays out. And the first time we get a good green candle out of above the previous day low, I'm going to take a long position right now. That's my plan for this particular setup right now. And I don't have a plan to the short side. If it wants to break out and keep going down, my downside play will be this box down here. Them sweeping this overnight low and seeing if it triggers some kind of quick candle for a bounce play. And they're either going to have to give me one of those or I might not even be in a trade anytime soon. Heck, I might not be trading until power hour or something, for all I know. If I'm even trading that. I can tell you, as weak as this leg is right here, if they really reject here, That means they did not find what they needed at that 50 EMA on that 1 hour. So that means they could be coming lower. They're in search of some liquidity somewhere. Don't get stuck in the mess of them trying to find it. You got to think about where big money is going to be sitting. And my guess is they're sitting below the overnight low down to 500. I could be completely wrong about that, but that's what I'm thinking. Sometimes my thinking gets me in trouble though, so don't follow what I'm saying. Put your own trade plans together. And make it happen. Lock in that green. Here we go. What are they gonna do? Now I'm gonna tell you now. If I take this long, if they close this above the previous day low, pretty good, 635, 640. Now they need to close up around 640. Take out this wick back here. But if they do, I'll probably take one to start with and see if this could be the bottom this morning. It's 11:15 market time, so if they could have found the bottom here, good possibility we could start into a long position if they want to grind this back up. Oil prices looks like it's trying to go down a little bit now, so we'll see. If we did find the bottom right here, and we can get a good entry for a long position if they want to take it back up, then there's the possibility that we can add, to this long position if they really are going to grind it up. See what happens. Remod. Remod dropping them gold nuggets. Love it. Smash that like. I appreciate that, Remod. Hey, I know I'll be rambling on sometimes, but as long as one person is learning something, makes me happy. So if you found some gold nuggets and all that rambling I was doing, that's really why I was rambling, I think. But I appreciate you calling it out. If I drop something that really is going to help you out, and I appreciate you smashing that like button on the stream. It's kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing. So it's always good to hear. All right, what are they doing here? See, they're going to try to watch them try to close this out of the top of the previous day low here above it. And then we're going to be extended on the 1 minute momentum indicator. So there's a possibility of some kind of pullback. So appreciate that, Merlin. Means a lot. Thank you. So it looks like I'm going to get my close that I want to go long. All right, so I'm going to take it probably. I got about 15. Well, no, see, nope. It's got to fill that wick I need it to get to 640. 3, 2, 1, not quite there. Golly. Man. What in the world? Now they're just messing with me. So, that's okay. I'm going to be patient here because maybe the 1 minute's going to try to pull back or something. You know, they're getting it up there a little hot on the bot side. So, the 2 and the 5 got a lot of room to the upside. And while I wait for them to decide on that, I'm going to go look at some higher time frame charts again real quick. See what they kind of look like for us. 5 looks pretty decent. 15. Oh yeah, 15 might be looking pretty good. On the momentum side, kill zone's looking like it's trying to curl. The 30. 30's got a nice wick to the downside where they've been pushing it up. Got 10 minutes close. And the 1 hour, same thing. Swept that 1 hour. Yeah, they this might be the start of a grind to the upside. Very good possibility here. But just because I say that don't mean bye because you feel like you're going to get left behind. That's not a trade plan. What I'm going to do is take a nap. You guys wake me up when the chart does something. Unless this is a trap down here and it looks decent on the other time frames, but they could still roll it over, you know. We'll see how this here does on this little trend line we got and see if they stay above previous day low. Because really the next best option is then to break above the 50, maybe retest it and get in long if they're really going to try and take this to the upside. Wow. I don't know what that was about, but I'm going to say there's something else in the news because oil dropped. It didn't drop a lot, but when that candle just did that, oil went the other way. So we need to be walking on eggshells. Coming up on, we got about 8 minutes or so. Be 11:30 market time. You know, they get them a good close here above his 50. Then this is a nice little trend they got going on right here off his trend line. So wow. Yeah. Oil dropped pretty good just now that time, like 50 cents or better, which is on a normal day a lot for oil, but it's been moving a lot more and stuff like that ever since the Middle East thing's been going on. But well, I'm not real sure I missed my opportunity on no long trade because to look at this, we got that pre-market low right there with that 30-minute 50 EMA. And look at these are getting combined up here overhead, the 15 and the 5, which would be high confluence rejection zone if they or to get through this right here where the 30 is. We take our chop block off. They made their move there. Did anybody get long on this move down here? If so, great job. Great job, everyone, if you did. Of course, I missed it. I missed it too, only by a little bit, because the candle didn't close where I wanted it to close in order for me to take the trade, even though the trade still kept going up. You know, I stuck to my plan. I said I needed it to close at that 40 level. It didn't. It closed under that. I like 50 cents, and so I didn't take it. Now that's discipline. Would have been a decent trade too. Could have got about 30, 40 points, depending on if I was still holding. So, yeah, well, it happens. It's a pretty strong push back down at that level on this this wick here. How they push that back down. So. What's concerning looking to me right now is if they're going to reject off this 15-minute 50 EMA up here and roll it over. That's just above structure break as well. That one up there, this blue one, is right above its structure break. And it's sitting close to 700, which would be a psychological number, whole number. We aren't extended on the 5-minute momentum yet. We've got a lot of room to the upside on that one, but the 1 and 2 is going to be looking pretty hot. So maybe if they could push this back down to the 50 or the trend line here might be entry for a long if they're really going to grind this up. Excuse me. They sure aren't trying to let it pull back very much, are they? Yeah, I wish I was following that up as well, Special K. Ooh, wait. Yep. How about that? Shot up there to where them EMAs met up at that 700 level. See how they close this candle here. I guess I should probably take some of them up here at the 50 in case we don't get much of a rejection here. Or some right there. Look at it, this is crazy. That the only kind of rejection we're gonna get? So I don't think so. That kind of fit the scenario of them sweeping up into the 700 level, and that was a beautiful rejection candle, almost solid. You know, that's why I jumped into this trade short on the exhaustion of the kill zone with that first red candle was so solid. There should be more downside to this thing here, but doesn't mean there has to be, you know. I'm gonna try to give us things some room to breathe because I believe there's more downside coming. And then if I can, you know, if it can come down here and tap these two that I have to cover right here, leave me with three. And if it keeps going my way, depending on what's going on, I could possibly add to my position back to 5, maybe. Where's Merlin at? Did you jump in this short play, Merlin? I think you like taking these. I don't like the way it's fighting here. I'm gonna. Oh, Let me try to be a little more patient. Give it a little more time. Nice. Come on, let's go. Don't stop me out. You would. Merlin said not yet. Hey, I finally got in a trade, everyone. It's about time, huh? Nice job, Gore. Looks like I'm about to be out. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe they keep going down and don't stop me out. I'll be okay either way. Not gonna force any trades. So this 1 minute's getting extended here to the oversold zone. So maybe they try to bounce this up. I'm gonna have to leave my last stop right up there above the 9 EMA. I'm not. I'll just have to stop out. But we could get some more drop to this. I'll try to add if they try to do any of these pop-ups if it don't stop me out. But you can see they don't want to let me have a 100-point move with my runner. What y'all doing? Either way, we done locked in some green. We'll stop out in the green. Preferably lower than this, but they're fighting it. Looking like they want to push it back up. Yep. Nice base hit there. Nice little trade there. You know, as hard as they rejected out of that them 5 and 15-minute EMAs up there, they sure didn't give near as much back as it looked like they wanted to give back. So the fight is real between the Bulls and the Bears here. So maybe they keep grinding it to the upside. Good possibility. I can tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not just going to hop right back into a trade. You got to remember, if you protect your account, the profits will follow. You don't need to catch every move. You only need to catch your move. That's why you make a trade plan. And you need to get used to accepting small losses because that's part of it. And small losses are business expenses. Small losses are business expenses. Big losses are mistakes. Remember that. Oh, what a day. It's about 11:40 market time. Hope everybody's been having a pretty good trading day anyway. I know this is what discipline looks like. Not a whole lot of trades being taken and waiting for a price to come to you. What a day. What a day. Looks like we got old Gore posted in the P&L and Discord, locking in almost 2K today. Great job, Gore. Rich said, been a lesson in patience. 2 green evals, 2 not even attempted. I like it, Rich. I've only traded today that one trade I just took. I copied it across 3 evals. I had some funded hooked into that copy trader. I unhooked those and just traded some evals because I don't want to tie up too many accounts in the copy trader on what's going on today. So I got about that 171.50 there across 3 of those. Small base hit. Those base hits stack up though. It's Monday. I'm not trying to get real aggressive on any evals yet. I don't need to pass. I don't really need to pass them anytime soon, I guess. Just keep them a little active there. But if I find the right thing, I might get aggressive on them and try to pass them. Not today, though, but ATR's just below 10. You know, kind of slow here. Long or short? Long or short? Which way do we go? Looks like now is the time to not be in a trade. I can tell you this. Discipline feels boring. Discipline feels boring, you know, when you're sitting here not in a trade. But that's only until you see the results. You will always be in a much calmer state emotionally if you stay disciplined, although it feels boring all the time. That is until the results show up because you was patient and disciplined and waited for your trade. Otherwise, on the flip side of that, you're in and out of trades all day and it's on your emotions. You're red, you're green, you're red, you're green, you're red, 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 you revenge trade, boom, there goes my account. You know, back and forth, it's an emotional roller coaster. But when you put that trade plan together and you sit down at that computer and wait I know, trust me, it's boring. But you will not feel that way when you see the results. Once you see the results, you'll be like, oh, I like being bored. Boring is fun. All of it's a cycle, though. And traders go through them at different times on their trading journey. You know, one thing might take one trader longer to get through than another. And then, you know, this trader might get through something faster than that next trader. It's all cycle. And just depends on where you're at in your journey. A lot to learn. And never going to know it all. I learn stuff all the time, every day. What do we got going on here? They're going to pull this back to where? Now, not really thinking too much on the long side. I should probably be thinking about finding some short play because that was a nice long leg they did here for a pretty hard rejection there, but they didn't give much back. So you would think, you know, maybe they want to keep going, but now they done killed it out here. So we'll see. See what it looks like everywhere else on a higher time frame. Still gets us back down here to that overnight low. You know, what do they want to do if do they want to come down here and find this liquidity sitting down here maybe? If there is any. Should be. That'd be pretty tough. If they did drive it down that far, it would be like oversold for quite a while on the lower time frames, but if they did get it down there in this overnight low area, that would be oversold like on the 15-minute or on the 30-minute, on the 15-minute. So they could, I mean, they could put, if they could push it down here, they could set that up for a good rally maybe. Hey, Marlon, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow on the next one. Coming up on that noon hour market time. So sometimes you can see some movement there, more so I think 12:30 market time. But Well, I don't really think I'd want to. I just have to wait and see how it sets up. I want to see if they're going to drag this on down some more at all for a better long opportunity. Pretty ugly chart today, to be honest. But we'll deal with what we got to deal with and move on from that. I guess there's opportunity that I will look for a short play if they get extended on the 1, 2, and 5 minute time frames. Like if they try to push this back up here somewhere, uh, and still put in a lower high up here or something, I might think about trying to get in short up there. Good possibility. Well, I guess I'll do some more walking on the treadmill. Don't that always sound like fun? Not really. You got the ATR sitting around 10. Some downward chop is what it looks like. Yeah, you're welcome, Kim. See you on the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Excuse me. Oh, downward chop. What we got here? Like a little weird head and shoulder play on the 1 minute there. It broke below over here. I'm not going to put the neckline on there, but very indecisive. They can't decide, they want to take it up, they want to take it down. I know that I don't really want to get long here. I prefer to get long down out of here. You know, even if they came back down and tried to test this low they put in, maybe for the bounce, or man, I would really like to see how they reacted to this overnight low. Know if they can give that to us or not. They might decide they want to drive it back up way before then. Not enough volatility in it for me to want to take a trade, so they're going to have to find some somewhere. Old Merlin posted in the P&L and Discord today. Base hits and 2 evals, totaling just over $500. Great job, Merlin. I like to see it. It seems like everybody on the stream is trading and making way more green than I am. Y'all always have to remember how many hours. I know, I mean, we can't sit around and be in front of the computer, you know. What is the futures open 23 hours a day? We can't be sitting around watching it for 23 hours, but you know, we stream in the morning, watch it for a few hours. You know, if we don't get what we need, you can always think, well, if it's possible, if you have the opportunity to come back and trade in power hour, you could always think about coming back and seeing if it looks better in the afternoon. And then if you can't, but have time to possibly look at it when it opens up overnight, or like say the first 30 minutes to hour of it when it opens up at night, or then, you know, maybe after, I don't know, 8 8 8 p.m. Eastern time or something, to maybe 10. I mean, there's just so many different areas where you can actually try to fit in a trade or find a better trade or a better chart setup if you don't find what you want in a New York session. I don't trade in the evening a whole lot. I did last night, and every now and then I do. But I mean, I mainly traded last night because I wanted to test out these this other indicator. But you know, put in some green overnight last night, and it might be something I get into depending on, you know, what it looks like. It also gapped down 300 points. That was another big reason why I did get in and look and trade. But always got to remember, there's lots of different time variables out there you can trade in, but not if you're going to do it to force trades. You don't want to do it to force trades because you didn't get what you wanted during the day, during the New York session. But the opportunity is still there if you have time to mess with it. So. Of course, New York session is my favorite session. I like the ones that have the best opportunity of being volatile. You know, I know that now we're probably to an hour of the day where I might not get anything else I want without coming back and trying to look at power hour. You know, I mean, they could make a quick move, here soon and find some volatility or something, and something could set up for us. I know it seems like a lot of times about the time I get off, stop the stream, like within the next 5 or 10 minutes, it always seems like there's some kind of move and I end up being in it. It happens more often than not. Or I'll get off and go make something to eat for lunch and come back and see that something had happened that I would have been in and been like, well, that's usually how it goes. Shut the stream down, walk away, go get some lunch, come back, and bam, there it is. Whatever you'd been waiting for. That happens quite a bit, actually. If you're liking the stream or new to the stream, smash that like button if you would. Help push it out on YouTube further. Helps grow the community. If you're new and not a member of Discord, would like to be, there's a link for Discord at the very beginning of the chat. And if you really want to support the FTE community, you could add the FTE profile tag to your name in Discord so that when you're in other servers, they can see what community you trade with. And then all they got to do is click on the tag on your profile, and they can come join the Discord or see what we're all about. I think tomorrow, well, unless Bull and Ox extends their sale, I think their 89% sale ends tomorrow, I believe. Their evals are $19.25 with code FTE. They may extend it though. Who knows? Come on, come on. What are we doing? Still chopping around. Jake, I'm pretty sure it's option one. Right off the top of my head, I want to say it's option one, but I couldn't tell you for sure without going in and looking. Yeah, I might be able to tell you here real quick. Let me see something here. Yeah, it's option one, Jake. Option 1. Yeah, I might be looking for short play, depending on how this reacts back up here. You see they're closing in on this little chop they're doing. They're getting back up. Look at the 5 and the 15-minute 50 EMAs are smashed together up here in this little range. Swiped up there and rejected hard out of them earlier. So we're getting a little extended here on the momentum. So it's another possibility. Look, they're coming into this trend line. A little bit of confluence going on up here. The 5-minute ain't quite extended to the overbought, but it's getting there. It would, of course, if they get up here to that, it would be extended. It'd be getting real close to the overbought on the 5-minute. So I'll be watching that little area there pretty good. See if they can get a little push on up into that trend line. Looking like they want to put in some kind of red candle, not even get up there. It's really only extended enough on the 1-minute. So like if I was going to take this first red candle on the 1-minute chart for a short play, I would downsize. It's either you downsize or you skip the trade altogether, because the 2 and the 5-minute still have room to expand. Don't mean that they don't take it down 100 points from right there, but as far as the trade plan goes, you would want the other 2 time frames to be as extended as much as possible. So about 12:15 almost market time. ATR sitting around 8 or 9. Yep. Special K said patience pays. That it does. Rich said the 1 minute 200 EMA is around 689. Yep, that'd be a triple stack then. Good eye, Rich. I like that. I wanted to try to get the short here, but it's like I said, I had to be cautious because it really wasn't extended on the 2 and the 5 yet. Could have took it off the 1 minute time frame and still had a decent base hit right here. So it just depends on what your risk tolerance is and your trade plan. I prefer, I try not to take that first red candle trade on the kill zone unless it's on more than the 1 minute. I prefer at least a 2 minute and 1 minute together, or all three, 1, 2, and 5. Rich says 647, bottom of a 1 minute imbalance zone. Wow, I need all right up here. Yeah, I see it. Yep. Another good eye. Look at me, I'm not even putting this, I hadn't been marking the imbalances on my chart. Caught me slipping. Know what they want to do with this. Been quite a bit of chop here ever since we made that leg up. I can see what this 12:30 market time brings us in about 10 minutes. Might not bring us much anything, or it could. You never know. It sounds like a pretty tough stack right up in here to get through. We're coming button up against a 30-minute 50 EMA. And then you got two more, the 5 and the 15, and he's saying that the 200 EMA is up here as well at 689. So it's a whole lot to try to push through. Probably a bad idea to try to front load up here, but I'm not going to expect it to reject. No, man, it's got to. Watch there be some kind of news and just green up top of my screen. On, let's go. Well, I was hoping they was going to do some kind of little drive up there, maybe tag it and go reject. So I might take these off. Could be iffy if they keep doing whatever they got going here, trying to grind this, make sales a little higher high than this one right here. They could start working this structure back up and trying to turn this around. Something else to remember while we wait, I guess, is you can have a good system, good strategy, but if you put that good system into undisciplined hands, it still loses. The strategy does. Remember that. Good system inside undisciplined hands still loses. Thank you for being here, Rich. Have a great rest of your day. I wanted to short it up here at these EMAs that are all stacked up here, but seems like maybe it won't even get up there. Got about around 5 minutes or so for that 12:30 market time hits us. ATR is getting closer to 10 again. Well, And we've been chopping now for over an hour in this mess. Now, if they were to throw in a hard green candle or something and bust through all these 50 EMAs, the 30, the 5, the 15, then we might need to be thinking about maybe some kind of long idea. But they'd have to break through it strong. What you guys thinking? Think they're going to try to bust this to the upside? Or we're going to find some kind of hard rejection and roll over out of this chop they got going on? Hmm. Yeah, Harris, that definitely seems bearish. They'd have a whole lot to prove if they want to take this to the upside. What are they doing? Oh, it's 12:30 market time. Is that what they need to push through these EMAs? Just don't know if they can do it. Really surprised if they did. Seems like they would need a little bit of help from the news or something to force it through that. Maybe they do a quick candle, up in here, sweep the 50 EMAs and get pushed back down real hard, maybe. I'd like to catch a good short play down at the overnight low or something, but I just don't trust in the price action, everything I'm seeing. So guess it'd be safer play to sit on my hands still. You got to think if they keep up with what they got going on here and they can't break out of this to the upside, and having all this overhead don't help knowing that it's there. Plus the 200 EMAs, I guess, is up there. So you have to think that it's a good possibility they're going to roll this to the downside. Or that could be what they want us to think, and then they just rip it through there like there ain't even anything there, and there is. Are they setting up a trap? What are they trying to do? Yeah, I could agree with that, Harris. I can get behind that. Mm-hmm. They're really trying to close this candle green, it looks like, which is surprising. Wow. Yeah. I was really looking at that level there to be the short play, but the reaction there ain't that great. I mean, not yet anyway. There ain't been a hard rejection or anything. You would think that the reaction there would be quicker than that. Definitely, yeah, definitely going to be patient on this one. I think they would find better legs for the long play if they go down there and tag the overnight low. It's a long ways away, but who knows? Seems like since we're down here already, why not go ahead and go do it since they did not claim the gap overnight on that run up this morning. They missed it. And then now here we are, find ourselves down here. Why not go on down and take out the overnight low? See if there's some liquidity sweep down there, which there should be. And then push it all the way back up. 300 points or better, however far that'll be. It could all be done in a day with NQ, no doubt. So they close that on the 1 minute under the 50. They could be a retest of the imbalance in that 1 minute candle for them to keep pushing this on down some, maybe. Or they could be like, well, let's buy the dip and save it. Keep chopping it. And not give a real kind of move in either direction. Man, oh man. Honestly, don't feel like we're going to see the move that we would like to see anytime soon. From what it's looking like. Interesting. Interesting. What are they doing now? Now, if they put in another green candle here and bust above these and close, that's going to be kind of odd to me. They sure are holding price very well here. Makes you want to think that they want to rip it to the upside. There's been too many opportunities for them to take it down further, and they hadn't tried to take it down one time. Not in the last hour, hour and a half, or whatever. Yep, that's right, Harris. I don't trust whatever they're trying to do here at all. I mean, the ATR is just down around 7 or 8. Nothing fast at all. So kind of makes you wonder if they're going to throw one of them wicked green candles in that's going to fake a bunch of people out, and they push it back down. Guys, I think that I'm gonna call it a day here and go eat. I don't think anything's gonna happen that I'm gonna want to trade anytime soon. Yeah, I kind of was thinking the same thing, but I'm not gonna wait around for it. I'm gonna go eat, and if they do, they do. And then I might try to come back in power hour if I'm not too busy and see what's going on then.